The latest Pompey news, updates every day from the Pompey Sound news desk.
According to the Sheffield Star, Pompey have had an offer for Svante Ingelsson turned down by Sheffield Wednesday, who are currently in administration. The 27-year-old's contract at Hillsborough is up in 6 months, though it's believed the struggling Championship club has the option to extend it for another year. The Swedish midfielder has been in Sheffield for 2 years, racking up 65 appearances for the Owls since his 2024 move, adding 2 goals and 5 assists along the way. His former manager Danny Roll was a huge admirer of the midfielder during their time together at Hillsborough. Before leaving for Rangers last summer, the coach gave an exciting breakdown of what Ingelsson brings to the table. Speaking back in December 2024, Roll said,
"For Svante, it's a new league, it's a new manager. I think his position is between 6, 8 and 10, and sometimes he travels all over the pitch. We know what we get from him. A physical, strong side, powerful deep runs, a different profile. Look, for example, when he played against Norwich, he did a fantastic job, because the task was working against the ball, and he could bring his strengths in. In other games, when you have more ball possession and the spaces are tighter, then maybe it's not always the best game for him. For him, it's now about keeping it going. He's improved, he's a great character, he's worked hard, he takes this as a challenge."
He played the full 90 minutes against us on the 17th of January, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Pompey 1. He was fairly anonymous, but he stayed on the pitch buzzing around for the whole of the match. He had 1 shot. He created 1 chance. I'm looking at the new stats service that the BBC provide you with. He committed 3 fouls in the course of the game, and he won 2 fouls in the course of the game. He didn't catch my eye. I don't know if he caught your eye. But he is clearly solid. He's 6'3", which is a very good height indeed for a midfield player. One who sometimes plays 6, plays 8 and can play 10. In his 60-odd appearances for Sheffield Wednesday, he's only scored a couple of goals. But he is not an out-and-out attacking midfield player. It seems as though he pops up everywhere where he's needed. And he's got this physical presence about him, which is something that Pompey have lacked a little bit, some people feel, during the first part of this season, with so many lightweight players in the side who aren't particularly tall. Now they're starting to get some presence in and around midfield. Marlon Pack is on his way back. You know when he's around. Adams also is what's described as a unit, isn't he? You know that he's around if you're an opponent. And if Ingelsson comes to Pompey, and it's currently the day before the Southampton game, so I think you cannot be signed. No, you certainly can't be signed less than 24 hours before the kickoff. And I think you can only actually complete a signing midday, I should say, on the Friday before what used to traditionally be a Saturday 3 p.m. kickoff. But he won't be available to play against Southampton. But if he comes into the if he comes into the building, he will almost certainly go straight into John Messino's starting 11. Svante Ingelsson.
Football League World has this to say. Portsmouth take on bitter rivals Southampton at Fratton Park on Sunday afternoon, in a clash in which Pompey will be more confident than ever in claiming a result. Having comfortably survived relegation last campaign, Portsmouth haven't quite managed to kick on this season as they would have hoped. Pompey find themselves just above the bottom 3 narrowly after the halfway point in the season, with growing fears around the south coast that they could be dragged into a real scrap should their form not improve. However, ahead of Sunday's home clash with Southampton, John Messino's men will be fancying their chances of claiming a result over their bitter rivals, with the Saints in poor form under Tonda Eckert, despite their 1-0 home win over Sheffield United on Wednesday. Southampton narrowly avoided breaking Derby County's lowest ever points tally in the Premier League last season, and upon dropping to the second tier once again, it is looking increasingly likely that they won't fire themselves to an immediate return to the top flight. Portsmouth will be smelling blood, with Sunday's fixture presenting their best opportunity in over 20 years to claim one over their neighbours. Football League World's Portsmouth fan pundit Miltos has shared their views ahead of Sunday's midday clash at home to Southampton, in a fixture which, for the first time in over 2 decades, the home side may consider themselves marginal favourites for. Miltos said,
"Yeah, I'm feeling good, feeling optimistic. I've seen all sorts of different reactions from their fans. I'm not going to mention that thing on social media. They've been on a terrible run of form as of late. Terrible. I think they hadn't won in 7 and they are dreading it. They are scared. I'm going to keep it low profile. I'll say that, hopefully, we will have a few bodies back for that game, or a few new bodies into the building in time to start and play a part. I'm feeling confident about our chances. I think we will turn up. We will play our football. We will hopefully score a few goals and beat them on their big day out. I'm looking forward to the game, and I think it's one that we will pass with flying colours.
Newspapers in Southampton report the following.
A dispersal order is set to be enforced by police in Portsmouth to support public safety during a high-profile football match. The order will be in effect during Sunday's derby between Portsmouth and Southampton FC at Fratton Park. Hampshire and Isle of Wight Constabulary has introduced the Section 34 order to manage crowd behaviour and minimise disruption. The dispersal zone will be active from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Sunday, covering the area around the stadium. Chief Superintendent Simon Dodds, Gold Commander for the policing operation, said, "We know that most fans just want to go and enjoy the game and the unique atmosphere that these derby games bring, without being worried about any trouble. In September, we only needed to use the dispersal powers a couple of times to move people on, and those we spoke to understood why we were there, and went on their way without trouble. This provides us with another tactic to respond quickly and effectively to prevent any disruption, and we hope it sends a clear message that we will be ready to take necessary action to keep everyone safe. If you see our officers in the area, please speak to them. They're there to help and listen to any concerns you may have." Dispersal orders allow police to instruct individuals to leave a designated area and not return for a specified period. A Section 60AA order will also be in effect during the same timeframe and location. This order grants officers the authority to require individuals to remove face coverings or any items used to conceal their identity. Officers will be patrolling the area throughout the duration of the order and will use these powers, where necessary, to prevent disruption and ensure the safety of fans, local residents and businesses. Failure to comply with a dispersal order constitutes a criminal offence and may result in arrest.
Yeah, this news raises the possibility that there has been detected by the authorities some sort of plan to create some sort of not necessarily an illegal disturbance, but certainly perhaps to gather and make a noise as the Southampton coaches are making their way from the motorway down towards Fratton Park. It's not difficult to monitor social media, which is often used by people. They think it's a closed group, but there are plenty of ways in which those who know what they're doing can infiltrate even a closed group and collect information. So that possibility exists, and I'm not saying, Pompey Sound isn't saying that that's what's taken place, but this action, which has only just been flagged up, suggests that they may have wind of something, and they may also have wind that some individuals are planning on wearing masks or whatever in order to hide their identity. So it's possible that the police have got ahead of those with some sort of malice or forethought. Let's hope the whole thing goes off without trouble. We don't want our club to be damned or sanctioned in any way as a result of some mischief, and I use that word advisedly, mischief, before, during or after the game.